Hello, hello. Are we live? We are in fact live. Alright. How's it going, Cubics? Let's see what we start the day off with. 16.1k blood fairy charges. So, always go blast. Wave 1. These are greats. Torture, save a little bit of money. Out of these three are all really good options. Solar Flare is probably the best one because you can take it to 3, whereas you don't really want to take Doom or Frailty to 3. But from levels 1 to 2, Doom and Frailty are a little bit better. They don't affect your gameplay. Does that make sense? Definitely not a skip angle here. Soul Reaper's a little bit better than Scythe when it has, you know, a decent amount of stacks. But Scythe is, again, better when it's Jaguar's really low HP, because it has 2 hit splats. Low HP being like 20 or less. Volatility, I don't personally like, but some people are okay with. I don't personally like it at all, so I'm going to go ahead and keep avoiding it. We're going to keep going with Blasphemy because Solar Flare gets more annoying. So, we can off-tick this. Said not in a party. I messed it up pretty bad. Like that. Now that's if you want to, you know, be like skillful, a little more skillful in the game. If you have a Dins like I do, you can just honestly pray mage, take a range hit or 2. Achieves the same thing, but with way less thought. I try not to overuse my Soul Reaper and not my Soul Reaper, my Blood Fury, because it's kind of a waste of money when you're farming actual kills. But if it's your first kill count, feel free just to camp Blood Fury the whole time. Myopia is always the best invo. So you always take the 3, misclicked. You see, I instantly went for an attack because in this wave, only the mage is a threat early. While the Manticore has to like charge up anyway. smell I can't cross and time it nice and safely. Now, if you're a bit of a greeter with the HP, you can blood for it here. I'll just 2-hit him. Because your 5 stacks plus, you know, like 90 HP means you have the Soul Reaper ticking and healing you up. Now, out of these choices, we have pretty much level 9 completed, but let's go ahead and upgrade Blasphemy so we can get that invo finished and open up the pool for the last 2 levels. Now we can same tick this Major and this Manticore, so let's do that. You see, when you're doing Colosseum, you don't really need to worry too much about hardcore flicks. Just some lazy flicks is more than enough. Especially if you have a 5-tick weapon, it becomes very easy to cycle through. This is just to lure the Major a little bit closer. It only works with the Shaman, of course, because he's a 1x1. Scythe is a little bit better when it's this low. Now you could claw here, but because we have wave 6 coming up, which is the most dangerous wave, I'll opt to save it. Having it ready for a dangerous wave is more important to me, especially because I'm not too interested in, like, you know, saving a few seconds of speed. I don't like Volatility and Relentless this early, so I'll just keep going Myopia. Ready to switch to range, in case I was late there, or in case I want to, you know, hit a little bit earlier like this. Yep. Go ahead and clean this guy up. Actually not very urgent for me to kill him, but when the wave is free, and the next wave is also free, I'll just dunk claws. Wave 7 is generally considered to be an easier wave. I'll kill the North monsters just because I already have Soul Reaper stacks. You see how I wait a little bit there before click? It's because I don't want this Manticore to see me right away. Actually not a big deal if the Manticore sees me, but if he's like a different mob that can fire right away, it could be a problem. It's a good habit to have. You absolutely don't need to do flicks like this. I'm just kind of doing this because I'm bored. But prayer conservation when you have this much, pretty easy. So I need to make it back to this tile kind of quickly, so let's go ahead and prep our click if that makes sense. We still need to open up the pool, so let's go ahead and go Myopia. Now to lure this ranger closer, I just need to go on this side, pray mage. This guy's not a high priority to kill. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the ranger. Now, if you're a speedrunner, you definitely want to kill this guy first, because there's only one monster here, which you can save for later. That's not a scythe. Worked out though. And when you're speedrunning or going for like higher efficiency, you're generally aiming to basically kill as many monsters as possible before reinforcements. Safety doesn't matter. But for consistency on your first clears, you always want to kill like this stuff first no matter what, and not worry about this side. So if I was playing for more efficiency, like on a farm and kill count basis, I wouldn't have switched over to hit that ranger. I would have continued focusing this major down no matter what. It's important to realize like what kind of playstyle you're playing for. Safety. Now these all suck. I think red flag is probably the least painful one, but anti-mayhem, the only reason I'm avoiding it is because I don't want it to go to anti-mayhem 3. Also because I personally suck at mantis. What I used Dins for, just for easy north transitions. Not really anything else. So when you have a 3-stack like this, a little pyramid, you want to be one away from the pillar, not right next to it. And then you want to pray the one closer to you. And then the tip of the pyramid second. Because I want a little bit more consistency in killing this guy. Just in case I noodled on that scythe. Now red flag means your DPS checks are pretty much concrete. The previous rule about, you know, this side not being too high priority is now changed. It's very, very high priority. Because he can now round the corner. Previously he'd always be here, which means I can stay spot and not let him get line of sight. That is now changed. For high efficiency, so this is a mage potentially, but if it's range, I mistimed it. Hello. You can do something like that. You can do a last second step under to kind of force manual time. That's something more important for like speedrunners if they wanted to get into that. I just do it because it's fun. I don't really play for speed, obviously, because I don't care too much about it, but it's something cool to know. Oof. Obviously Quartet is the least dangerous of these, but it still is really bad, especially with Red Flag, because Red Flag has a strict DPS check. Since I don't have Shadow, this could be potentially bad when I get 2 Zerkers, but let's see. Yep. No DPS check on this wave because everything's behind the pillar, so I can just chill here. But for more efficiency, I could round out here, try to kill one. Which I will try to. Range. Which means I don't need to move. Now, because the Minnow's coming soon, I'm not going to bother hitting these guys. You can use Incredible Reflexes if you want to sneak a hit in, but because, you know, that's obviously less damage. It's kind of like Vanguard, you're like capping your DPS. If you personally make mistakes of Mantis, I recommend you just leave Piety on. That way, if you happen to mess up on a range or melee attack, you're much less likely to take damage from it. Obviously, Relentless is really bad for our melee-only tank build, so we're gonna go ahead and go Solar Flare. Totemics is bad in general, so I would never take that. Last wave is okay. Now, one side is way easier than the other, so we're gonna take that one. That being said, you do need to watch out because of Red Flag. We do have a DPS check if we were to stay on this side. We do need to go to this side to bring at least one monster. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try killing this guy before Red Flag Minnow comes out, which will have double claws. Then we're gonna prepare to rotate pillars because we can't reach this guy, and these guys can't die before the next Minnow spawns. So we're preparing Leave. We're gonna let him spawn. Kind of messed up that second one, I think, but. Now, this is where Red Flag is actually good, because he will come to us no matter what. Now, in this instance, all of these guys start with range, so I can just fly out here. I'm going to go here to avoid Solar Flare. Yes, I completely forgot to bring in one of the Manticores. Alright, bring these guys down. You can shuffle things around, especially with a major like this, to make it more efficient or more favorable. Major in front, you can usually shuffle. Just like this. Yep. If I want to be more greedy, I could just eat some food and use a torture. Capping DPS. Capping DPS for the minnow healing threshold. So the minnow will heal if you bring a monster below, I think it's like 80% HP. So by using prayers like Incredible Reflexes, you can kind of bring something, let's say, to 82% HP, so it doesn't receive the minnow healing. That makes sense. So for 3 is the best. Re-entry is really bad for melee only status, but it's perfectly fine for the other ones. We'll eat up a little bit more, so we don't, you know, hold our food for the next time. Just a Manticore on one side, pretty easy. Kinda grief that a little bit. This is a good Din's angle. Instead of, you know, playing correctly and like off-taking this guy and this guy, I can just chill here. Now, I do have a DPS check, and because it took so long to bring this guy close, I don't think I'm gonna meet it. So what I'm gonna do is get ready to leave, but we can kind of pray against everything here. This is gonna be a disaster. Yep, now it looks pretty easy. We just got a major plus this minnow coming in. The reason I knew I could pray against all that stuff was because it was a mage. Well, regardless of whether it was a mage or melee manticore, it was going to work out in a way where I can pray against two things at the same time without making any Z fancy movements. Now in this case, this is another Z solve actually. Which kind of sucks because he's annoying. I don't think this guy will actually round the corner if I bring him out. Pretty sure he does not. That's it, but I don't think it's gonna work out. So I'm just gonna leave and pray against the minions. Just the easiest way to handle this wave. I should have done a Z for one rotation and just bring them out, which is also really good. But doing the Mr. Worldwide is fine too. On the run. This is a pyramid, so we want to pray against a closer one. There's this guy, and then the back one over there. Then we can same tick these guys, or just separate them like this. Oh, he actually sees me in that angle, forgot. That's fine. Especially if this is your very first kill count. You want to hold your spec or hammers, Elder Maul, whatever you have. Because honestly, if you have good DPS on Soul, you will have to deal with way less specials. So that would be great. Doom is definitely the best one here, has no downsides. Relentless is a good second place too. After lightning, you can always do an L movement like this. Always dodges a spear. About 50%, 333 is the timing. Again, lightning, we can do an L movement from his corner, or diag from one away. There's Spear 1, you can also go 2 sideways. About 50%, 333. Do an L, because he's forced to do Spear. Spear 2. Dodge. I ran into the thing. Also drag him down to make things easy. You have one thing in particular you struggled with when you first learned Soul? I would just say mostly his normal attacks when I first started. I didn't struggle too much with the rest. Oh, I guess grapple attack. That's something you just get used to, honestly. Identifying it and then always being ready for it. IOBA can take the 3 easily. No consequences. We'll bring out the Ranger. That way we lose a few less ticks, and hopefully it helps us with a skip. How do you deal with the takeoff mechanic? I always miss it because I am zoomed in on a small client. Either camp your chat box really hard, or play on a bigger client. It'd be like that, you know? You really gotta camp the chat box, yeah. You have a super small client. Do that, or you just gotta play slightly bigger. It is what it is, you know? Like in that one, I didn't really know it was coming until I heard the noise and then I chat boxed. Yeah, you can do a sound cue like I do and then just read the chat box. I'm gonna go this way, it's a little bit more efficient for my Soul Reaper X. Chat closed, player, you can't win them all, you know, you gotta open up that chat. If your chat closed and you're small client, you might as well be playing with your eyes closed when it comes to that mechanic. You gotta pick your losses somehow. Frailty is good because we could take it to 2. 3, depending on how late it is, how confident we are. It's either that or you just cheat, you know? Jagex considers using like Watchdog and stuff cheating, so... It is what it is, you know? Thoughts on Burning Claws at Colosseum? They're really good. So, if you're on a budget, absolutely Burning Claws are like close enough that it's fine. Now, I prefer regular claws because I still play Colosseum like an absolute psychopath, and I use claws exclusively to DPS check things, pretty much. They do speed up things, which is the same purpose as Burning Claws. So we have enough to go into level 8 so far, so I'm going to open up the pool and go Myopia 3 instead. Because we need a few more levels on the board. For example, when minnows are about to spawn and I desperately need DPS. Oh, this is a good Din's angle. And like, for example, if a minnow was about to spawn here and I needed the DPS bad, I would double claw if I had it, right? Whereas Burning Claws is not really good for that, because you gotta... A lot of the DPS is in the burn ticks, and I don't got time to wait for burn ticks. But it is definitely good to like use... If you don't mind occasionally like missing a DPS because of bad luck, it is overall pretty much the same thing, like on paper. Yeah, if you're on a budget, it's like close enough that it's not a big difference. Solar Flare is good because that's the last 2 levels we need. 2 to 3 levels. Typical triangle setup. You want to be 1 away from the pillar. Pray the closer one. Burning Barbecue when? Ooh, that is a good question. That's a good question. When indeed? Oh, I didn't even check for that. We can bring the Major closer and bring the Ranger closer. This is really good for speed. Smashed Watchdog? Yeah. Can't use it for that stuff. I didn't need to bleed Blood Fearing. It's a bit of a waste of money. No Monkey said Northwest is bad, so why is Streamer doing bad things? Streamer doesn't care. South is probably better, but it's not better enough that I care. Might get range there, don't care. The reason I used the Brain Pillar there on this guy, because I don't want to hit him too hard. If I hit him too hard, he's gonna get phased anyway by the minnow. The chance I kill this guy is relatively low, so I'm just gonna chill. If I wanted to sweat, get a little extra hit in, I can go for this guy, which I know is full health with this, and there's a low chance, relatively low chance that I, bring him below 80% or whatever the threshold is for the minnow to heal him. Yeah. Like, Southwest is probably nicer for like rotations and stuff. I'm sure it is, but I didn't mean to force off ticket here, but did it by accident. For solves. Yeah, I don't even know the difference, honestly. I just haven't tried it. I'm sure it's like the same thing. You usually have to start with 2 monsters on South. I mean, North is just, it feels easy, so I haven't changed. I think Solar Flare is better because if you go Frailty 2, you might get stuck with Frailty 3 later, whereas getting stuck with Solar Flare 3 isn't that bad. This seems to be a Z-Solve. No, this is easy either way. Hold on. That off tick from the third one, so I'm going to do one back. Him and the major were same tick, but I was like, it's not that bad because the Manticore range is pretty low hitting. I definitely don't want to go that way, because if I go that way, the ranger will get pulled, and he'll be attacking a tick after this ranger. Now, that means he'll be attacking same tick as that mage, so I'm going to go ahead and avoid that. Yeah, it's just getting some... You ever do Vanguards and you use the Brain Prayer so you don't hit too hard on the Ranger? It's exactly like that. So you don't hit too hard. But you want to get some damage off, right? So... Really don't need to heal from this one. Doom is the best one. We could take that to level 2. We have a lot of good invos, but these two suck pretty bad, so we're gonna go ahead and go Doom. Oh, I didn't make it to the right tile. It's not that big of a deal though. Just a one-man team. Now, I'm pretty sure we have enough time. This is more of a speed kill thing. I can definitely kill this guy and then start on this Manticore before the reinforcements come out. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thought I timed it nicely. Guess not. If your DPS was a little bit lower and you're like scared of dealing with the mage and plus something, you can always focus that first. Focusing whatever's here is always the better play if you're playing for safety and like a slow, consistent clear. Now wave 10 tends to be a little bit more dangerous. I can heal up here for free unless I go Frailty 2, but I'd rather go Doom 2, so let's go heal up a little bit. No need to save the supplies for next game, so let's do that. One man T on one side. Whoa, combo E. Alright, so I was wrong, it was double man T. Now this kind of sucks because if the mage is on a bad tick, it'll kind of doom us, so what we can do is prepare to leave instead, which is a little bit easier. As soon as they spawn, we're just going to cross this side and pray against these guys. Alright, never mind, it's free. So this one's free because the mage got stuck. I'm just gonna stand here, bring the Manticore a little closer, kill the closer one. Not be unpotted. I actually don't even need to waste the claws, but... Now since I'm lacking a little bit of range, I'm just gonna have to kill the... here. But if I had red flag, I wouldn't be able to do this. My setup's good for learning. I think it's pretty good, yeah. Not everyone agrees with the melee only, but I like the amount of supplies that it gives you. And then... But this one is a typical triangle combo. But the thing is, if I go this side, I'm gonna have to flick him and flick these two at the same time. That's kind of hard to set up. So the easier way to do this solve is instead to abuse the low range of the shaman here and instead walk out this way. This will prompt him to attack first. The shaman will be out of range instead. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll go back to this side. For safety, I shouldn't dump these claws, but be much better to have them for wave 11. Six lost here. Playing it safe. The reason I'm healing up here, even though I have effectively 90 HP with the Soul Reaper axe, is that you can kind of have the Soul Reaper heal as like a backup option instead. Solar Flare 3 is the best one. Quartet's pretty annoying. I would put Quartet as a solid like C tier invo. So it's gonna be Mage. The range will get closer. This is higher priority to kill. The Solar Flare 3, you can walk down like this for free, which is nice. The Mage was in front, and you have a Scythe. You can cheese it by siphoning the Mage and splashing the damage onto the minnow, or you can just tank the Solar Flare. The second you move away from the Solar Flare, whether here, here, or here, it's gonna start healing the Shaman instead. So you can also use Double Claws to meet the DPS check. If you have a mage or ranged weapon, obviously you can just stand here and blast it. Whatever works for you. This is a Z-solve. A Z-solve means essentially you have to off-tick the back one, and then off-tick these two normally. So it looks like this. Now the thing is with a Manticore, specifically, it's harder to time and you have to time it more precisely. The reason being the Manticore is a 3-tick attacking monster instead of he doesn't attack on one tick. He has 3 separate ticks of attack. So if you want to properly do a Z-solve with a Manticore, in some configurations you have to match this tick with this tick. That's difficult. So I recommend if you're not that skilled with it and you're not that consistent with it, you can just do a miniature Z-solve instead and just worry about kind of off-ticking this and this while you rotate to another pillar. So what that's going to look like is going to be more like this. I kind of mistimed that one. That's why I have combo food. I messed up the, I swapped those prayers around in my head. The damage I took there wasn't from the Manti, I think. It was mostly from praying Mage versus the Colossus and then Range versus D. Major. Oh, because the hunt? We are at 220 without Small. Small's eluding us. But you see, I still have a lot of food left. I have over half the food. Still have a lot of prayer as well. Obviously Blast 3 is the best one here. We do also have Port 10, I think. I don't think so, actually. Scam game. Yeah, 1 in 200. I also traded in the first like 70-ish Clippers, I think. That's the wrong one. It was above 50% when he started. My bad. Have I tried Burning Claws? No. I feel like they're gonna nerf Burning Claws, so I don't really buy anything that I think will be nerfed. But they're pretty cheap anyway. Out of principle, I don't really want to buy something that I don't think will be useful in my bank. I gotta clean out my bank. It's got too many spaces in it. The Rancor is gonna be huge for the account. I'm guessing Rancor is gonna be somewhere between 1 to 200 mil for a while. If not, like I'm gonna give it like after 3 weeks, it'll be like 200 mil-ish probably. Yeah, probably like the altar for a while. Halberd? I can't think of any, to be honest. It doesn't sound that good. It sounds too niche. Wave 4, you can just click the Berserker right away while praying Mage. Blasphemy is a little bit better than Myopia 2 here, because you want to open up the info pool. Then you can run by the pillar. This one's Mage, so I'm just going to run out straight. If it was range, I'd run out from the center here. But this one's chilling because no matter what, you can use the Mage to save spot. Jaguar, or you can use the pillar like this. This wave has a ranger, so we can't do what we did last wave. We'll have to be careful. Range, we don't have to do anything. Make sure you move behind the pillar for the reinforcements like that. No. Hasn't. We'll save the double claws for wave 6, which is one of the more dangerous waves. All three of these suck, especially because all of them can go to level 3. So it's pretty unfortunate. We're gonna go Manti Mayhem because it's the least evil or a melee setup. This will start a little bit late, which means the Manti will charge up. Ah. This is a triple stack. You want to pray against a closer one while being one away from the pillar. And then pray the other one later. You bring the major a little closer like this. Wave 7 is considered to be an easier wave, so I'm going to go ahead and drop claws just for a little extra speed. Realty is definitely one of the better ones. Running south viable for first escape? Yeah, absolutely. I just never bothered to learn on south. There's nothing wrong with south. If anything, there's probably more wrongs with north, but... So I'm gonna go ahead and control click this ranger after I run here. Reason being, I don't want to get spotted by this manti. Got spotted by the manti. I hit big hero claw. Nah, we'll hold. Oh, you mean running south? You mean like running from this pillar to south? Yeah, that's fine too. Like, it is what it is. If you have to do it, you do it. You can use running to pillars as a way to simplify, like, harder stacks. I just wouldn't do it for every single solve, because you gotta learn at some point, right? IOP3 is definitely the best one here. I'm trying to avoid manti as much as possible. And we're gonna have to lure out this major. And this one's easy to do. Just run out, pre-ranged. Don't bother hitting him again, because he's gonna get healed anyway. This claw was a bit of a waste. Let's see if we can kill manti before the spawns. Because I have double claw, it's probably possible. Nice. Then we just need to lure out the minnow. It was really important I didn't get spotted by the manti when the wave started, because that gave me a free ticket to go north, basically. On the north side of this pillar, while getting damaged. Sulfur is pretty good here because we could take it up a notch later. And this will pretty much solve all of our invos and let us hopefully continue avoiding Anti-Mayhem for the rest of the run. Risk reward, not very good on that side. Now we do need to go on that side to lure this ranger closer anyway. As long as we don't mess up here, this is a pretty free solve. Note, as long as you don't mess up. And with Anti-Mayhem, if you mess up, you will be in for reckoning. Which is why I really don't like this invo. I'll have to lure it closer. Now, this one is pretty free just to focus on the Manticore. Even if you don't meet the DPS check that I just met with the Scythe, you can kill at least one Manticore before going on to the Minnow, but that means you'll have to, continually pray against one Manticore while you kill the Minnow later. Which obviously is annoying. You have to do like 2 minute hits, pray against Manticore. If you choke it, you could die. Go ahead and pop our Divine a little early. $50k glory run, god damn. Avoid Anti-Mayhem. We'll hit him again. And we could chill. This is a free solve in of itself, but the only thing I could do right now is just hit these two. My brain prayer on, and I can't really be bothered. Need to focus on praying against a Manticore. Manticores. See, I'm leaving Piety on because if I mess up against these Manties, I prefer to have the extra defense just in case. Both of these are pretty good. I'm gonna go with Frailty too, but Anti-Mayhem's honestly like the same thing at this point. Honestly, Venom's probably the better one. I'm taking the same amount of damage anyway. Resolve on this south side. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I'm gonna double claw to help meet the DPS check. Now I'm not gonna bother hitting these because the middle's gonna spawn soon. To my range. Bring it down a little bit. Now, if I try dodging this side, the shaman's gonna get healed, watch. So, this is below the healing threshold, so if I move, it's gonna heal it. So what you can do is tank the solar flare if you have enough HP, or if you just have enough DPS, just let it cycle. With solar flare 3, you most likely don't have enough DPS, right? Unless you like double claw. You can also cheese it with the scythe, or like a mage weapon, and slowly chunk down the minnow. But Solar Flare 2, you should be content with just being able to Soul Reaper it. You can tank it if needed. Now when I run out here, luckily this Manticore is not charged up, so there's no consequences, but careful not to just left click this guy when you run out here. Make sure you control click so that you don't run onto this tile. Running onto this tile means whatever's behind there can see you. For demonstration purposes, I'll just left click him, and you'll see that the Manticore will actually charge up as a consequence. There because I just realized I messed up the mage stick. Then you can of course go like that to remain out of line of sight. Ow. Now, did you know that the Moonlight Antelope actually cures poison? Yeah. Let's go ahead and take Frailty 2, because I think it's a little bit easier. Actually, Relentless for sure. Easier than Frail. Both of those. Scam game. After lightnings, you can always do an L. Free movement. As he's forced to do a spear attack. That's spear 1. 2. You can also do a dag like this. I'm not gonna do it there because I'm gonna run into the solar flare. A good example. 3L. That's spear 1. That's why I like combo eats when I grief. Oh my god. I'm not gonna get the reward. I greeted it. No! I've been lasered. Oh no, I've been lasered. That's okay. I don't think I've ever gotten double lasered in my life. You like that sometimes? Katam 1. Tragedy. What I put in the Death's Coffer? I put a whole Harmonized Orb in there, and then I put in a lot of Echo Crystals, pretty much Sunfire pieces. I didn't put a T-Bow in there. I wish. Now people are gonna think I died to volatility, but in fact, I didn't die to volatility. I died to lasers. Oh yeah, Burning Claws are a good drop in the coffer. Shoo. Go away. Majors in Narnia. I'm gonna go ahead and click early. This is an easy Din's angle. That's probably not the right way to play that. How's it going, not him? GM. Blast is a little bit better here because we want to open up the pool. We only have 6 levels of invocations so far. Hit twice before the entity charges it. This is a ranged one, so we're going to want to off-tick. Probably do a little bit better than that. Oh, I same tick the major by accident somehow. So we can force an off tick. Not like that. That would be the wrong way to do it. Like that. Didn't matter because I kind of just killed it, but... Of these, Frailty's best because we could take it to level 2. Vortex generally not that great of an invo. Becomes very annoying to deal with. Now this one's the same tick angle, so let him attack. Bring him in a little closer. Now this one we don't want to walk down the dodge flare, because then we'll unstuck the major. So if I needed to dodge flare, I would move back here. In this case, I can just off-tick. This is just the 2 monsters. Solar Flare is best because screw these other 2. Simple as that. Excellent. So this is a bit of a weird one. The easiest way to do this one would just be to go range here, or range I guess here. This guy will be out of range, but as you get closer, he'll be in range. Reinforcements. Gotta watch out for solar flare, so we'll move this way. This one doesn't matter dodging, because it's the only thing that can hit me. Now, this one doesn't really matter which way we go. This way, we can fly out this way and do range, and then pray mage second. This way we can just same tick it. This one's a little bit easier in terms of solar flare dodging. Oh, I wasn't far back enough. That was not intentional. This one we can just same tick it. I'm not a personal recommender of Shadow Colosseum at all. my opinion, the only time you should shadow Colosseum is if you're too poor to get a good melee weapon. But if you can buy melee weapons, you can buy a Soul Reaper X, and that's better. Replace Soul Reaper X for new Noxious Halberd. Jackie says similar DPS to Seldor. No. Soul Reaper would be better still. Quartet is a decent consideration here, because I only have up to 8 levels if I don't take Frailty. So I'm gonna go ahead and go Quartet. Soul Flare would open up the invo too, but... This one's simple. I'll do a Brain Prayer because I don't want to hit him too hard. I hit him too hard anyway, so I'm going to commit. This is more of a speed thing. Because I hit him too hard, I'm going to go ahead and commit on the kill. Especially because my south side of this pillar is low threat anyway. There, I control clicked. So that I don't fly out here. And speed-wise, this saved me a bit of time because I can hit and kill 2 monsters. But if I want to play more safe, I would have focused the major first regardless. Let the Manti heal. Won't the Halberd get wrecked by a Myopia? Yeah, I mean, the range doesn't really matter on the Halberd. Mostly using it for the damage stuff. Since Soul Reaper is more damage than Seldor, I would always use Soul Reaper. Trouble hit split is when my Soul Reaper heals me. It refunds my HP. We try to avoid Relentless and Bees whenever possible, because both are aids. Relentless just counters our setup because we can play more tanky if we want to. We avoid bees because bees are bees. This is a good dance like angle. Bring it a little closer. If I wanted to play it more properly, what I would have done is off-ticked it this way. So this one's a very standard off-tick with this major here in the front and 2 rangers in the back. Whenever you're dealing with manticores, always just visualize them as like whatever their first attack is. So I'm visualizing it right now as major and 2 ranges. You just need to make sure he's attacking separate from the others. Easiest way to do that, stands close to pillar, move 1 away. If it was 2 majors instead, I want to make him attack separate. So I can go from here to here if I wanted to. But in this case, I just want him. I'm gonna hold a range mage. Range mage. I messed that up a bit. I'll take that guy. But it should be okay. I accidentally clicked underneath him. No, if I don't heal up here, not that big of a deal. He brought a lot of extra food anyway. This is one very good positive about the melee only setup, is that you have a metric ton of supplies. So I like to go with the Bruise first. I have Frailty 2, so I'm not gonna go with this. Go ahead and go Solar Flare 3. Frailty 3 is something we try to avoid if possible. And this one's easy. Now, you have a DPS check to go for. Right down a little early. This one I just want to hit a little bit. This is perfect. Just out of the minnow HP healing threshold. We got a free 40 damage on the anti that I normally wouldn't have gotten. Now this ranger will attack on the second tick. So if this was a mage manticore, it'd be chillin', but it's not, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go this way instead. Now, no reason to go back and forth. If this is one manti, I can just do this, take a range. Obviously, I can pray against it. Oops. That didn't seem multiple. Of these three, all of them are bad, but Volatility is definitely the least evil here, especially since we're going into a late wave, and hopefully we can pick up another good invo at the end. And we'll absolutely need to lure this ranger. Closer. Let's go prep for that. Use a brain prayer to not hit too hard. Before the manti finishes charging up, anything over yonder will always get in range, so I don't need to pray against any of the mantis. You will always have enough time no matter what. We can have a free dodge. So Solar Flare like this. If the Major was in front there and needed to pray range, or pray Major against the Ranger, you can off-tick them as the Shaman is coming down. Basically, you wait for this guy to attack. As soon as he attacks, you click here and pray Mage. And then you'll have an off-tick setup. But you have to kind of be proactive in setting it up. Now this one is a off-tick just like one of the previous waves. We want to have this guy off-tick from the rest. The easiest way to do that is simply to get some melee range of the pillar and then run out. Now the Solar Flare is annoying, so when we run out, we'll just plan something like this so we don't really get hit by it. Almost ran back into it. 70 prayer. I'm just gonna go ahead and drink one a little early. All three of these kind of suck. Honestly, they all suck really bad. Red flag 11 is really painful because there's so many mobs on the map, but I still think it's probably a little bit easier than frailty. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the red flag. I can't click. Now 2 Zerkers and Quartet is really annoying because it takes so long to kill. We'll go ahead and bring this guy a little closer. This guy's utmost importance to kill because with red flag he will be healed later. I'm gonna go ahead and double claw, which is why I held it. Now if I don't kill him here, a little unfortunate. Off to get some setup. Forgot about the volatility on the ranger. This guy's volatility. And these are all same tick, so we're chilling. Forgot about the volatility again. It's impossible. Actually impossible. I like remembered it on the way out, and I didn't remember it on the way into the same Manticore. Is it chill? Yeah, this is not bad. A Quartet volatility 2 is annoying, but way better than Bees. After lightning, you can always do an L. Spear 1, so we'll dodge for Spear 2. Dodge for Spear 2. Do an L movement, any corner, doesn't matter. This side is a little bit more space. sounds a little bit better for Spear 2 in that case, because there's no Soul Flare in the way. Yell. Some free monies. Giveaway? There's no giveaway, how dare you? I will never do giveaways on a stream. I have my morals. And give away advice. Flare's the best one there. Definitely not skipping with those weak hits. Actually, hold on. Did we get 2 big sides? We can still skip. Three stacks. Scythe is about equivalent, if not a little bit better than Soul Reaper, but I do want to get my stacks up just for next wave anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Blasphemy is a little bit better than Soul Flare. We can click early here because Mater's in Narnia. This one you can just abuse the low range of the Major. This. Should probably pre-range. Ease is definitely not the way to go there. Blasphemy 3 is good because it also opens up the pool. control click here because we don't want to get dragged out into the manticore. Now in this setup, you can actually rush over to the mage like this. Then get a nice off tick like that when you need to dodge. And go back to safe spawning if needed. Not really needed, but... Let's see, so Doom and Frailty are about the same, because you generally want to take each to level 2. Doom is a little bit better, because there's pretty much no consequence for bringing it to level 2, whereas there is a consequence of taking Frailty. Obviously, your effective HP is lower. And when the Major's in front, you can usually shuffle like this to get the Major by itself. What we can do is bring the Manticore a little closer like this. Shuffle the Major a little bit. We'll save Claws for next wave. Wave 6 is a pretty dangerous wave, so saving double claws for them is nice. Lets you get through some pretty illegal stuff, not just double clawing some stuff. We have Doom and Quartet, so I mean, Doom and Solar Flare, so this will get us to wave 8. I think we can hold on Quartet still. Now, the Major is easy to clear out, so I'm going to go ahead and focus on a Ranger. If my DPS wasn't as good, I would just go on this Major right away. I gotta be careful about dodging the Solar Flare here. Well, actually, in this case, it doesn't matter. I could have dodged like this. Little force off-tick action right there. Oops, just to make her. Might have been already off-tick, but if it wasn't, it was later. Fortet I think is okay to take at this point. Because, you know, we're already how many invos in? 9, potentially 8. So let's go Fortet. I'm gonna seal the deal. This is a Din's angle if you want to just cheese. Chill here. If I want to be more precise, what I would do is off take like that instead. But not really necessary. The reason behind no DMM. I don't find it fun, pretty much. No, I just don't think DMM is enjoyable in general, personally. Let's go into Doom. And those are not the greatest of boosts. Oops. A little early. This side is all the same attacks, so we'll go this side. Very easy solve on this side. Have you ever PK'd? Yeah, back in the day. Back in like real 2007. But I wasn't even the greatest fan of it back then. It was like fun when I was like first getting into the scene, but then like as I kept playing it, I was like, I don't think it's for me. Not even learning curve wise, like even when I was learning and everyone was like new, I wasn't really having fun with it. Is it a big money maker? Oh, I'm sure it is. Massive money with the swapping. I hit hard. I hit way too hard on these monsters. I'm gonna go with Solar Flight 3. Might regret not picking Volatility. I didn't need to claw this guy at all. I don't know, I've never really wanted to get into OSRS EKing. Just because of like the damage system. Like when I play any kind of like PvP multiplayer game, for example, like I'll play a shooter, I prefer it to be where like bullets do a consistent amount of damage, for example. But in OSRS, you can potentially outplay someone, let's say 60-70% of the time, and potentially, depending on the RNG, get put into more losing situations just because you're not hitting, which really is annoying. Obviously, over like a long period of time, you're going to outskill someone. But like that idea just like annoys me. That you have to kind of like play better and then also play a lotto system. I mean, that's also what turns me off from like speed running, for example, too, right? People can just hit bigger. Like, to a certain degree, hitting bigger doesn't mean you're necessarily going to win every single fight just because you're luckier. At some point, someone's skill's going to catch up, right? But I prefer it to not be a factor at all. Does that come? Nah. I just can't be asked to do a lot of those tasks, to be honest. Honestly, I would be asked to do those tasks if Jagex didn't allow like buying services and boosting services, because I would want the prestige of it. I would want the prestige more than I care about getting annoyed by doing some of the cringe tasks. But because buying it's so like prevalent, I don't care at all. Also, sure. If that makes sense. Like, I want the flex more than... Get off my high horse. I think that this makes sense, honestly. I don't care about the game enough to grind something with Grandmaster. I don't think Zelkhelm proves you're good at the game. Especially since people just buy that stuff. You can be good in ways that don't have any, you know, Zelkhelm. Like, you could be good at PKing, but you could be terrible at PBM. Completely subjective what you want to be good at the game. Like, if you earned your Zelkhelm yourself, you know you're good at the game, right? But if you bought it, you really say you're good? I guess it depends. Did you do like 99% of the tasks? Did you do like 10% of the tasks? I'm gonna be careful here. Ah, messed it up again. Hard as the Inferno? I think in this day and age, it's not that hard. People have gotten a lot better at the game. The game is a lot better at easing you into general PVM mechanics. So I think like the primary audience of the game like is getting better enough that Inferno's probably like a... I feel like at least 2 to 3% of the OSRS player base can like get the Inferno on their own without someone doing it for them. That makes sense. I feel like at least 2 to 3% of the OSRS player base could probably do the Inferno on their own, give enough time. Whereas like when it first released, I'd probably say like less than 1%. And the gear's gotten a lot better too, you know, like we have Masori over Armadillo. We have most of the player base owning Rigor and stuff like that. Quiver is huge too, right? Quiver is massive. The prayer bonus of like the gear has gotten a lot higher too, so people don't need to sweat as much when it comes to the flicks. In fact, a lot of people barely like do anything past like some lazy flicking, and they can probably do it too. That's really important to consider too. Like, I'm gonna guess Inferno got at least, at minimum, 20% easier than when it was released, just because of the gear difference. Ooh. These are rough. I'm just gonna claim it. Rather not deal with volatility the whole game. That was a nice heal. Oh, effective mage. Never reached. Oops. Humble. A little painful. Yeah, willing to learn is a completely different story, of course. I would say, like, realistically, my, like, definition of give enough time, if I wanted to be more specific, I feel like at least like 2% of the player base can beat it in less than 100 attempts. If that's more specific. Less than 100 attempts, I think at least 2 to 3% of the OSRS player base can beat it. Of course, you know, with the resources that most people employ. Guides from very good players like Exact, Leader Raids, whatever like that. And I would say at least like geared like up to like Bofa at least. Obviously not everyone can do it with like a rune crossbow or whatever, that would be very hard. Expensive to learn Inferno? Yes, it's pretty expensive actually. There's no devs costs, but supply-wise, spending all the runes, darts and arrows and whatever gets pretty expensive. But I would say it's not like that crazy expensive though. Definitely cheaper than Blood Torva. And cheaper than Colosseum, yeah, that's true. Definitely cheaper than Colosseum. I'm gonna guess the average player probably takes... The only thing is Colosseum makes your money back quickly once you get into it. Wait for max out combat stats. Per level... I think at 85 you're fine. I got mine to 80 something. I would try to get 99 ranged if you can. But it's not that great. Like, yeah, I would try to get 99 ranged if I could. I think it'd be pretty important. Defense doesn't matter that crazy as long as I think you can wear like good gear. The more the better, but definitely there's like not that much difference between 95 to 99, for example, I wouldn't go out of my way to like get high defense for it. I think I'd rather do Quartet just because like I have like no good invos. I hate it this early, but I didn't play melee against that last one. That's fine, I guess. Ooh. Two-hitter. Oh, you were the one that posted the 48 seconds of Ardorvis, right? That was pretty nuts. Oh, Myopia, nice. This seems to be a pretty rough wave, potentially. I stepped out in the middle of nowhere. Punish? Punish. I'm gonna double call this guy because I really don't want to have to deal with him plus the reinforcements wave. Chilling. I'm gonna tank it because I don't want to lose the stick. Oh shit, the Spellcano. Give them that GZ. If you can stomach it, Nex was very kind to you. Honestly, I kind of like Nex a little bit, but at the same time, I hate it. I don't know. Like, I enjoy doing it in small teams where people all care about like resetting her and stuff and taking like minimal damage while not losing DPS. Like when people go out of their way to melee phase 2, right? I think it's really fun. But then when you're not doing that stuff, it's the most like boring brew simulator ever. Even when it's kind of fun, it's like a solid 6 out of 10. It's bearable. Or like, I left a little early there. It's like enjoyable enough that I would do it again. Not that enjoyable that I would want to do it over this. I'm gonna guess missing the entire Manticore. Probably not ideal. Probably. Maybe. Your idea was to spend Toa for a long time? Yeah, unfortunately Toa's money, unless you're doing like 540s, it's not that up there anymore. Toa stonks have left the building. Like, it's still good, don't get me wrong, like, it's still one of the best ones. But when you're comparing it to, like, Colosseum, yeah, it's a little bit worse unless you're doing super high info. And that still might be a little worse. I would consider myself a TOA expert, and I think TOA is still worth money right now. It was more money than Next for a little bit. Actually, for a while, but... Is it still worth to buy Shadow as your first Mega Rare and rebuild your bank? Yeah, I'd still say so, because... Shadows don't exist. I have 5 El Jabino. That's like underrated, I'm pretty sure. I would still say so because Shadow gives you a lot of access to a variety of content that's good. You can do TOA. You might not make 20 mil plus an hour like you used to, but you could still make like 15, right? Which is still better than Chambers. Still better than TOB for the most part. It's really good for Chambers. It's insanely good for Chambers. And with that money, you can still, like, if you compare it to buying a T-Bow, you can buy a whole Shadow, you could buy full Virtus, you could buy full Bofa. And I think you can even almost get into like full Ancestral before you can buy a T-Bow, which is huge. Close enough. I'd say it's still the best Mega Rare rebuild, but rebuilds aren't really meta anymore. Oh, I should have been praying ranged, but whatever. Does that make sense? Like, not really a reason to rebuild. If you want money, you go to Colosseum, which doesn't require a rebuild. But like, that's when you're like comparing like top end of everything. I think I might get ranged here. Oh my god, I'm unpotted. Villainous. Oh yeah, you could just do Nex, obviously, too. Nex doesn't require a big budget. Yeah, like a rebuild in 2024 doesn't make sense. The rebuild is more like your own thing to enjoy the game again, you know? To rebuild your own bank fund. I say just do whatever content you enjoy. If you enjoy Colosseum a lot, heck, even buy a scythe, you know? And rebuild off Colosseum. But that's like if you enjoy Colosseum for like more than like 250 kills to pay it off. Shadow's probably just the best because it lets you do a lot of different content. Chambers and Toa. And then you could also bring it to other places. Let's do Doom. This could be a little bit rough if it's the mage. Mage, alright. Yeah, the other one's stuck, so we're chilling. Okay, so I need to kill this guy because he's actually preventing this ranger from moving, which is actually a big issue. Because he can't move, I can't off-tick him. Now he's off-tick, now we're chilling. Now that he's dead, I can go ahead and pray this Manticore. And then once he does melee, I can go ahead and chill here with his Minotaur until he dies. I can flick this guy. Chillin'. Myopia for sure. Okay, so for this one, no matter what happens, it's good. If it's range on this side, I'll go the other way. don't have enough time to load this major. Nope. Let's chill here. Attack, then attack in. Mage on each side. I will need to spend some time to lure this guy closer, which isn't too hard in this scenario, actually. Now, I could just dins and chill here, but this one's actually really easy to set up. Put on dins in case I mess up, I guess. Yep. I could have even kept attacking him because it was set up nicely. Which of the Awakened did I find hardest? Vardorvis. That's because I was very, very arrogant and I did not want to axe skip. Leviathan, I would say was a close second, but it wasn't really that close of a second. I would say Vardorvis felt so much harder. I don't have an opinion on like what I would feel axe skip Vardorvis difficulty would be like, because even when I normally did Vardorvis, like for normal kills, I didn't really axe skip, so I don't even know like if it's that much easier. But for me, Vardorvis with no exit was like really hard, but also very enjoyable. I actually really enjoyed losing the 100 plus mil, whatever I spent to get it. Make sure I set Scythe to long range. Yo, I got you, man. Oh my god. There's no long range option. It's doomed. Be careful there. I've been standing on that pole for like a hot minute. 21 mil. Not that much. Kind of crazy how much random loot Colosseum gives you that just builds up, because I have no idea how this tab is 500 mil. But it is. What was I doing? Oh, hit him once. What would you do if you were me, Reynolds? Considering TOA isn't what it used to be. I mean, honestly, I've never really cared about max GP per hour. If you personally enjoy TOA, I would still try to do it and get good at it, because you could still make good money doing it, you know? Same thing for like chambers and whatever. If you actually just enjoy it, then just do it, because it's still good money. It's not the best money. It used to be by far the best money, and now it's just like, you know, it's like second, third place. And I think that's still worthwhile. Because I would honestly just not play the game if I didn't enjoy it, you know? With your gear, it sounds like you should do the Colosseum, because Colosseum is big money. But... and you already have a Soul Reaper axe. If we're talking just money, just big bucks, Colosseum. But I understand, like, Colosseum is a curve. Isn't Colosseum super hard? I mean, it's hard, but... you know, like money. 3+12s are meta? Hey, excuse you. Mega scales are money, aren't they? I know my friend, he pretty much only logs into RuneScape to do mega scales. I think what does he do? 2+90 something? And he probably, because he just sells the boosts. That's like hundreds of mil per hour, right? But yeah, like I don't like thinking about the meta. I just do whatever's fun. Tob is good. I'm pretty sure the problem is Tob, although Scythe is good, it's kind of like TOA at this point, where only the mega is big money. I think it has a similar problem, unfortunately. Why don't you use a Soul Reaper axe spec? It's not really worth it to lose the stacks. Basically, it's much better to keep it at 5 stacks as long as you can, because you don't need the HP going to next wave ever. In fact, you'd rather have it stay stacked up and healing you periodically. And if you really needed HP, you would just heal yourself. Wow, these are extra whack. I'm just gonna claim this. Wave 3, I don't mind losing 3 minutes. But I mean, it's still fun though, right? So if you enjoy TOB, I would do it, because I'm sure TOB is at least 9 mil an hour, probably. And I really enjoy TOB. Like, I have 2KK. 1.8k normals and 400 hard modes. TOB is good content. You don't even feel the time going by if you're with a good team. And that is why people pay 100 mil for Ralos. Because they just enjoy TOB. And they will do anything to stay at TOB. I respect it. You'll be good. But yeah, you don't need the stacks anymore. It's really nice to do what I'm doing right now, which is kind of like lower your HP on purpose and then hope for a Blood Fury heal. Just like that. And then next wave, if I get like clapped, I'll still have all my HP kind of like in storage. I was trying to lure it, but kind of just killed him. Sure, I'm not gonna skip this. Frailty's good. And another 2 levels on that. So now we are 7 levels deep, basically, in terms of infos. Now, you could try to off-tick these guys, which is fine. You just go this side and... Well, actually, this side, you just go like this. No, I'm wrong. I think I was right, where I go out like this. But you could have also just didn't bulwark it. Pretty sure there is a way to do it, but I definitely did it wrong. I don't think... No, I know mid for a second for sure doesn't work from there. Like, you can't do that. You can definitely do this, which works, because the back one sees you first, the javelin. It's just kind of annoying because the other javelin's also looking at you. Oh, my OB, I think we're pretty much in the clear. And shuffle here. Mid works if you're going for the ranger first, I guess. Like, the ranger will hit you first. But it's definitely more annoying to do it that way. Because the other ranger's on you too. Myopia for sure. Reasoning being we don't want to take Doom to 3, but we definitely do want to take Myopia to 3. Use Burning Claws? No, I haven't used them because I haven't bought them yet. I feel like they're gonna get nerfed. I don't want to buy an item that's gonna get nerfed. Like, you cannot argue. Those things are really good. They should not be that good. Yeah, 35% they would be very balanced. For sure. But they would also be pretty much worse than D-Claws, like, every way. An extra bit. No, they're actually really good, yeah. We'll do an illegal solve here. We'll just 2 hit him. That works too. Just in case I didn't kill him there, I was ready to off-tick. Yeah, like that, at their current state, if I was someone who could only pick between, who like wanted both, I would for sure just do the Burning Claws and save myself 70 mil, right? It's crazy. There's like not really much reason to really want the D-Claws that bad. So I think they're gonna get nerfed, but yeah. For me, it's more like the principle. I don't want to buy something I think is gonna get nerfed. To be fair, I did buy Void Waker, but I didn't think they would nerf Void Waker, and I was right. Well, when I first bought it, at least. I did think they were gonna nerf. Let me retract slightly. When I bought Void Waker initially, I didn't think they would gonna nerf them. And then when they said we were thinking about nerfing them, I thought for sure they were gonna nerf them. And for very different reasons. I thought they were gonna nerf them because Jagex was being dumb. And now I think now I think they're going to nerf Burning Claws because I don't think they're dumb anymore. I've changed my stance on Jagex continually changes. Ah. What am I doing? Even if they get nerfed, I don't think the price has changed. Yeah, I really don't think it would get lower than 10 mil. My issue with it is that if I buy it, I'll have just bought an item I will never use ever again if it gets nerfed, right? Because the way they want it to be designed is strictly worse than declaws in every scenario. And I own declaws, so I don't know why I would ever use it then. Because I think even on the stab niche that the Burning Claws have, they would be worse than Void Waker if they were nerfed to 35%, if I'm not wrong. And that's what, like, I was like, I don't really care about the stab niche either. This is an illegal setup. I did take this mage knowing that could hurt, but I thought it was worth it. I was like, I got the HP for that. Okay, why would I go this side when this side is so much easier? More salvies. You gotta make enough for next year. Gotta make like 300 now. $100 at a time. Dang. I make like 300 every time I gotta go back to Doom here. Please don't Glock me in the face. Alright. I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna go Quartet here. Because if I go the other invos, I run the risk of being forced into Frailty 3 or Doom 3, and I want an option. Alright. Alright, this is a weird ass setup. I've never had a triangle on this side. And that's only because I messed up the spawn. This is easy too. I just need to kill this one, and then I can go on this one. Now, if I didn't have, or if I had red flag, this could be annoying. Oh my god, pretty melee. Mage, very humble. For LT2. I'm gonna do an outright psychopathic solve. Yep, that's perfectly how you play the game. I've never seen someone play the game better than that. Anyway. How much did Colosseum compare to Inferno? They're actually really similar when it comes to like learning basic solves. These are all kind of rough. I think Totemic's actually not that bad. It's annoying, but it's very not deadly when you're experienced with it. it spawns on the southwest every time. Does it just spawn to 1? Makes it easy for me. Zero damage. Early quartet is kind of annoying. We're gonna do it. I mean, that's why we're not gonna do it. Sorry. Typical 2-stack here. Right against the back one. Flare is good. Take that to level 3, so now we have last 3, Solar Flare 3, 6. We have 6 levels of evocation so far. Penalty is good because we can take it to 2 levels. Now in this situation, the Manticore actually does see me around the corner as well. You gotta watch out for that. That'll put drag it a little closer. Barely failed to skip. Oh my god. Just 2-shot that guy. Stonks right there. We'll go blast 3 to open up the pool. We do need a few more levels, but not that many. Oops, ran down bad away. I should have control clicked them there. It kind of worked out because at least I pulled the major closer. So I think the Melee is a little bit better at low HP because you get multiple hit splats for consistency. Myopia is great because you get to bring that to level 3. Typical abuse low range. Doesn't matter if we take a hit there, gotta bring it out. This is the new monkey room, yeah. The wonky stack. Keep shuffling this major around. I got mage there. You know, speaking of Monkey Room, I actually need to, at some point, do my new to Pro series on TOA. A lot of people haven't learned the new Monkey Room still, and they take forever on it still. It should be a 2-minute room or less every time. Solo Flare is better because we take that more often to 3. I hit that guy, but I think I hit him too hard, unfortunately. Just want to say you inspired me to go melee focus, watch a few of your stream, and managed to get my quiver this past weekend. Hey, congrats, dude. Massive for the account. I really like melee focus. Yeah, you gotta lure some things over, but the pack and the yak is good. Also, yours tankier, which is really nice. Once I nail this guy on the sim, yo, you got it, Neo. A few more. The simulator is so good. If you're good at the simulator, you'll get the boss quick. We still need to clear out Myopia. I think I'm gonna keep these invos, so I'm just gonna go for LT2. I'm not looking to expand the pool in this instance because I already have enough for wave 10 and 11, I think. So we're gonna hold. Just enough time for the Manti spawns, or not spawns, he's able to shoot. A cheeky hit on him before minnow. $16 mil an hour? I think it's even more if you're going fast. I think I'm getting around 2.6 to 2.8 kills an hour in that range. Which is like, I think at least 19. I switched it a little early. Not punished, it was javelin anyway. Forced off tick. My dollar signs are going off. Yo, you gotta join. You have a Soul Reaper Axe too, it's time. Where's the money in the drops? You'd be surprised in like the Onyx bolts and the D legs. Brawless is like 3 mil an hour, which isn't much, but it's there. know, it's there. Soul Fairy 3 is definitely the best one out of these guys. Hopefully we get Myopia again. Forced off tick action again. I meant to click range at the end. But wait, just in case. I actually didn't even click the Karambwan. Drain the Blood Fury is huge. Honestly, as you get more comfortable techno, the Torture switch makes it so nice. You go from consuming about 1,000 plus, like over 1,000 on a run, to about 300. Like 200-300. Right now I'm thinking with the Soul Reaper I'm doing about 200-ish. 200 charges a run, that is, which is really sustainable. We could do another off-tick action here. Range anyway. Nice. Didn't prey on those range hits, I noticed, so I obviously decided to eat to live. Dick eat them. Yeah, I forgot that the Manti can actually switch from range start to mage start if it never saw you. I should have let it see me so I can get it to the same one, but... Oh, Rancor is just gonna be real nice, yeah. I'm gonna refrain from clawing, although it's a little... definitely speed efficient, but having it for wave 11 is really nice. When Rancor comes out, I can't do Echo Bellator though, I have to do Echo Alter. That way we can get 50 max hit. It will suck if I take out the Blood Fury though, because the Blood Fury will bring it back down to a 49 max hit. It's not that strong, but otherwise it can just camp Prims the whole time anyway, which is fine too. Which means I get 50 no matter what amulet I'm using. Oh, Doom is perfect, dude. But so is Myopia, like, Myopia. Actually, wait, I should have gotten Doom because I could get Myopia at the end. Oh well, it's fine. I could always get like Relentless at the end or something. Should be a major second tick here. So the major will actually line up with these Manticores. This is in the second tick. Now this DPS check is a little annoying to reach, but I'm just gonna tank the flare if needed. There you go. Now we're chilling. It's either that or a Scythe cheese to minnow, but that would take forever. Yep, because Minnow, not because Minnow will see me, but because Minnow will not be in melee range. When Minnow's not in melee range, he'll start healing that major. I did consider clawing it so I wouldn't have to tank it, but if I claw it, that means I won't have spec for later, right? So I was like, yeah, all of that was made into consideration on tanking. If I had a ranged weapon like T-Bow or Shadow, I could obviously just back up and hit the minnow corner, but I don't. I have to adapt to my setup. All of these suck, and I regret not. I should have also said. I was gonna say I regret not picking Doom earlier, but we're chilling. The L steps are broken. Just saying, L is OP. Yeah, you go to the side. Oh. Slight scan. That's spear 1, I can do spear 2 here. It doesn't cover shield 2 if you go 2 left from the corner. It covers shield 1. I seen fast and I missed something. Hit two Elder Mauls, that's exactly what happens. Also, he chose to grapple twice. So it was very, very fast. Yeah, going left dodges shield 1 and spear 2. In the corner, that is. I like to know both. I know both the middle method and the other one because it gives you like all this freedom of all these different tiles you can use, which is really nice. You never feel pressured. Like once you really know all the tiles. Is it possible to trap both rangers that can not be hidden? Yeah, if you do a spellbook swap, it's possible. If you're talking about like be hidden as in like while you're meleeing Kefri, you need to do like some sort of stall, whether it's spellbook swap or a kitten. Some sort of stall to make it so that your dung isn't like a straight line, but rather like a line of like 1x3, if that makes sense. Like a partial line. You need to do a stall in order to make that. Yeah, it's really annoying, like having to rotate Soul. I mean, you can always drag him just like 1 or 2 tiles. That's a thing too. But I think yeah, knowing all the tiles is really nice. Yeah, for regular runs, either you'll have to do it in a way where you tank 1, which is efficient, but it's annoying a little bit. I understand, or you just have to kill 1. IOP is good. You always take it to level 3. Blow pipe, yeah. Love is not the greatest, but could be worse, honestly. Their myopia and blasphemy are about equivalent. I tried a little bit there. I didn't need to go that way and take a full range hit. I wouldn't have died either way, but it was unnecessary damage taken. Is better one here because you could take it to 2, but you still need more invos. How scary. Did not know this was an actual thing in the game. What the hell is this? This is the Fortis Colosseum. It is a wave-based minigame where you have a bunch of different things attacking you and you need to make it to the end. They have these 4 pillars that you can use to help safe spot the monsters so you can fight them in a more controlled manner than all at the same time. At the end, you have a big ass boss to fight with attacks that are not really mage, range, or melee, but rather like dodgeables. And some of these monsters have like cool mechanics. Doom is the best one because we can. You guys doing a no Colosseum Inferno? Oh, sorry. No Pillar Inferno. That's crazy. That's a piety. What a sin. We still need a little bit more, but I don't want to go into Quartet if I can help it, so I'm going to keep avoiding it. I'll pick Myopia to open up the pool. I'm gonna cheese with Dins on this one. There you go. Every time you solve like that, it feels so illegal. It is illegal. It's definitely not meant to be part of the solving process intended. Fortunately, Soul Reaper Axe was stacked up. I can heal up. Blasphemy 2 is better than Doom. Mostly because we could take it to level 3. Ah, nobody. Oof, definitely red flag. We're still kind of greeting for Solar Flare right now, but we're down to take a late wave quartet. Forgot about the Manticore, and it was very humble in only hitting me a little bit. No, it wouldn't have killed me. It was unnecessary damage taken. Ah, nobody. It didn't matter. Frailty is a little bit better. Both are really, really good. Turn on the brain prayer because we don't want to hit too hard. Minnow coming up. Doom 2 is definitely the best one there. Well, that kind of sucks I revealed the other Manticore. It didn't end up mattering. $1.6, ooh. Disastrous times we live in. Gave every one of those guys a little bit of a pinch. What are you saving for? You ever gonna run Masori? Probably not gonna run Masori because I'm not interested that much in the extra speed. It's not fast enough that I care. We're losing all the inventory space. Nor do I want to do all those switches. But at the moment, I'm not really saving for anything. Just number go up, you know? Rich get richer, true. So true. Ooh, these are all kind of annoying. Oh, let's go Relentless. I just pressed Eagle Eye instead of Protect Melee and I was spared. I was absolutely spared by this Minnow. Could have completely taken me out. I literally just misclicked this and hit that. I could have died. Rich get richer. Oh my god! That's why I bring combo. It's This will not happen in Ancestral. I mean, difference between Bandos and Total Big? It's pretty big, yeah, but definitely still clearable in Bandos. You just need to play more properly in general. Making that bread. Wonder what our KD is now. It's probably like 10 up, 15 up. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a break. Thank you guys for watching. That was a pretty good session. Today we got... I think we skipped out on one of them. Good enough. We got 8 kills today. Not bad. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.